You know, back in 1984, a massive franchise launched that changed childhood pop culture forever, and that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, I can't imagine you not knowing what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is. However, I'll give you a quick little, we'll do a quick course on it. Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird were writing partners at the time. And at one point, Kevin Eastman drew a funny picture of a turtle with nunchucks in a mask. It cracked them both up because it was the antithesis to what a ninja is. A slow, sort of non-violent entity, sort of not what you think of when you think of a ninja. You think of quickness and speediness. Now, keep in mind, this was in 1984. Independent comics were sort of becoming a thing. Frank Miller was already starting to become a household name. And so what that was, and eventually became Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, was sort of a parody of a lot of big comics at the time. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, four things in particular it made fun of. First and foremost was an independent comic called Cerebus, which was, I guess, not the first, but one of the first major hits in independent comics of an anthropomorphic main character. So, you have Cerebus, which is obviously an inspiration for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a whole. Next you have the New Mutants, which is sort of like a team of young mutant teenagers. I mean, early on it was a team of four. It was pretty relatively new at Marvel at the time. It was also becoming a huge hit. New Mutants would go on to sort of revolutionize what the mutant books would be. So that's that. You also have Frank Miller's Ronin, which you can see in the titles of the font of the very first Ninja Turtles book is a straight parody of Frank Miller's Ronin. And last but not least, and probably most importantly, is Daredevil. Why Daredevil? For a weird reason. So the creation of the Ninja Turtles in canon was the ooze is actually the same accident that created Matt Murdock. They reference it. They reference the accident getting in the kid's eyes. So during that accident, the ooze fell into the that created Daredevil fell into the sewers. Next, you have the evil organization, which is why Ronin was also the same way. It was just a ninja group, except it borrowed more from Daredevil than Ronin, because in Daredevil, the evil ninja group is the Hand, so naturally, the Foot Soldiers. The group of ninjas, evil ninjas, called the Foot. And one of the more subtle ones that was the mentor for the Ninja Turtles is Splinter, which is a straight parody on Matt Murdock's mentor being Stick. So you have those four things coming together to create this powerhouse of an entity. Now we all know that Ninja Turtles started off as a comic book series. And the comic book series is very adult. It was only designed to be a one-shot. Just one comic, one and done. That's why Shredder dies at the end of the first issue of Ninja Turtles. So, but it just kind of kept going and kept going. It became a thing. Till eventually you get to the mid-late 80s, where you have the success of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. And everything you know about Ninja Turtles now is sort of built around this original cartoon. All of the toys, all of the like jokes and movies and everything sort of revolves around this original 80s cartoon. They're almost unrecognizable from the comic book in a lot of ways. The comic book doesn't feature a whole lot of traditional humor, and a lot of the characters are significantly different, but what's most important, and what we're actually here to talk about, is that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles obviously, where there's success to be had in pop culture, you have video games. And one of the earliest Nintendo games was a side-scrolling game that was impossible for anyone to beat. But then you get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, and boy howdy, was that a hit. The home console version of the arcade game is one of the most significant Nintendo games of all time. Everyone had it. And then you have the follow-up of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, an absolute classic arcade game. And now the game I'm going to be talking about in just a short order is based off of more or less Turtles in Time than the original arcade game, which, as you can see, will just travel with me. I have been playing since we started this. So, yes, Shredder, we're moving. So, Turtles in Time is an exciting arcade experience, 4-player arcade experience with massive pixels to really hammer home the animations that are going on in this. And as you can see, I'm playing as Donatello because as children, we were all trained to learn that distance is important when you have limited resources, i.e. quarters. Now, this is the arcade 1-up version, so I can just keep adding quarters until I'm done. But I just wanted to give you this before I get into the review portion of what we're going to be talking about now, and that, well, I'm not perfect, but that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. So now, let's leave the arcade and head that way, shall we? Alright, let's go. Where we last left our radical dudes, Turtles in Time, well, things weren't super hot in the time following that. So let's say there were bad games, but they just never hit the same highs as Turtles in Time did. There was Tournament Fighter, and on the GBA, there was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that was very well received, although it lost a lot of the sort of heart you expect from a Ninja Turtles game, being A, it was single player, and B, it was based off of a movie that absolutely nobody was really interested in having a video game based off of. And around that same time, the arcade game was re-released on home consoles. You can tell it was around the same time because it is absolutely just plastered with artwork from that TMNT CGI movie. Shortly after that, during the infamous time of Xbox and Xbox Live Arcade, you had a Summer of Arcade release of a completely redone version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, that was met with all of the fanfare of, like, fart. Nobody really cared for it. Everything about it was just a little off. And since then, Ninja Turtles just sort of, they've existed. Again, games existed. Movies would come and go. New cartoons are always on the horizon, currently airing. So what happened with the video games? Nothing. What was that? Out of the Shadows? Or was that the movie? One of them was just like similar to the movie, but not quite the movie. It was an okay game. It was just kind of your generic licensed game based off of nothing in particular. No source material in particular. But that brings us to today, where Tribute Games, a studio that I have glowed about on a couple of different occasions. They were responsible for Streets of Rage 4, which is an absolutely phenomenal sequel to a franchise that, for all intent and purpose, was dead since the 16-bit era. Couple of projects were all in the works, but never quite got off the ground.
Then Streets of Rage 4 came out, and that's a phenomenal game. But even better, before that was Panzer Paladin, which is a game that I reviewed for SideQuesting, and it's a great game. I think it was one of my favorite games of the year, top 5 games of the year. Absolutely phenomenal game that maintains the heart and soul of the type of game that they were aping without restricting themselves to like 16-bit like rules. So that was great. But what now brings us to what I consider to be probably the best game Tribute has done to this day, and that is that is of course Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Menus, baby. And I've started arcade mode here just to talk about the game while playing it. So I'm as April O'Neil here for the first time ever playable in this type of game. You got April with her microphone just doing her April thing. The thing about Shredder's Revenge is that it's definitely a Turtles in Time homage more than anything, and I love it. Big, chunky pixels, big characters that take up a good portion of the screen. I mean, when you look at the scale of some of these things, like April here, I mean, look how big she is compared to the computer. She looks so tiny, or the computer's huge, but it takes up so much screen real estate, so you get to really enjoy the animations. Every character has their own unique animation set for their fighting, and it's there you go, the screen throw, just like Turtles in Time, playing some Game Boys here. Yeah, every character has their own move set, has their own animations. This is a game that definitely, you see, it's a Chun-Li kick. Like, actually, if you put them side by side, that is exactly a Chun-Li kick. Yes, be quiet. But the thing that I like about this game is that it's not restricting itself to what would have been a 16-bit Ninja Turtles game at the time, or even an arcade Turtles game at the time. They're taking all of these reference materials and making something completely new. And the move sets for the old games used to just be kick, kick, punch, 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 and throw. But now you have a dodge. You have we'll do it here. Here's him typing on nothing. A special move, which is very nice. And you, as you play along through the game, and at least when you get certain milestones, you start unlocking more things, i.e., more special moves, more you can be banked, more health can be earned. I like this April special move. It's very effective for cleaning out large things. Also, you have a taunt button, which is really good, because if you can get yourself in a corner, taunt, it automatically refills your special meter, which is really, really good. It's really easy to kind of find yourself in a good piece of geometry where the enemies can't get you, and you can just refill instantly. April's real quick, not as strong as some of the other characters, but she's real fast, which is why I like playing as April. She's also got a lot of attitude, which is very good. You'll see when you beat a level how that goes. But I don't know, there's the pizzas for health, but there's other pizzas hidden throughout the levels. So some levels have infinite specials, some are just like an ultimate attack where it just puts you in a permanent spin during the duration of the level. Here's some shields, so you got a strong hit, the guys with the shields. So yeah, you have more move options, more than just punch, 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 jump, kick, and throw. Like, yeah, you still got your jump kick, but then you also have like your rising attack, your sort of juggle attack, which kick them in the air. You know, you have different run and slide, dives. And as you can see, I'm not the best, but I get by. I make do sometimes. Strong attack again. And you do have, like, partner moves. that's the other thing. Multiplayer is absolutely fantastic in this on most platforms. It gets a little janky in certain platforms, like PlayStation 4's version. Like, you can't really do the mix and match the same way you can on all the other consoles. On the other consoles, you can have, like, mix and match the number of online with local. This one you really just have to play almost, or not this one, this one's PC. PS4 version, which I did get a review code for, supplied by the publisher. I don't know, you kind of can only play it online. Not really, but like, and it's way more dependent on your PlayStation Plus status, obviously. PC lets you mix and match. Switch, of all things, lets you mix and match. It's a really great couch. This is a great couch co-op game. Yes, you can play it online, and that's a great way to play it. But these games are designed to be played via the couch, just to really harass your friends while you can. Everything in this game is a perfect representation of the 80s TMNT. You can see the way Bebop and Rocksteady look. The voice actors for the Turtles themselves are the original TMNT voice actors. I'm going to get over here and taunt. Although I should taunt it in the wrong direction. He's going to shoot. It's the music, the soundtrack. That's what I keep meaning to talk about. I'm distracted by playing my own video game over here when I should just be talking about the game. Mic drop. So, the music. You've got Mike Patton singing the Turtles theme. You have Wu-Tang singing a Shredder theme. You have a couple of other, like, stage songs that are fantastic. On top of all of the other normal, like, instrumentals and stuff going on through other stages. At the end of every stage, you get a breakdown, as you can see here. But if you're doing multiplayer, there's a little more breakdown that goes into it. It shows you, like, who took the most items, who was the most selfish, who landed the most hits, who did what. There's hidden objects in every stage, whether it be you trying to find the frogs, like Genghis and them, Napoleon and all those guys. There are VHS tapes. There are, for Vern, there are disgusting bugs to find in every level. Lots and lots of just things that keep you coming back and back and back to beat more and more and more of the level over and over again. A lot of fun reasons to keep playing. I really can't recommend this game enough if you love... I don't even think you have to love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to love this game. It helps, especially the old ones. But yeah, highly recommended it. Please, at some point, if you have any love for it, check it out.